everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We should have a good one on tap here today. It's the Ravens coming in at 4-5, going up against the Browns, who come in at 3-6.
Larry, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens.
Double tight. 4 down.
Down.
Alert.
180. Hey, 734. 734.
Check 6 guys.
Get set.
On the ground, this is Isaiah Crowell. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks, right at the line of scrimmage. Just a little educational piece. I know a lot of people hear 3-4, 4-3, etc. Take us through the 4-3, Charles.
Okay, 4-3. 4 down defensive linemen, usually 2 defensive tackles, 2 defensive ends. Behind them, the 3 those are the linebackers. A middle linebacker, often known as the Mike, with 2 outside linebackers, the Sam and the Will. There's your 4-3.
Sam on the strong side, Will on the weak side. Throwing his car on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
Flex round.
The first carry for the tailback, Jeremy Langford. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11.
Strong right. Come on, Ohio.
They'll look to throw. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Come on, let's go.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Ohio. Whip. Watch the whip.
He'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
So we have to remember, this offensive unit, they've been off for the last 2 weeks. Had an open week, and so it might take them a little while to get back into rhythm. I know they worked hard to try and get past that in practice, but practice isn't game speed.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. Taking it about the 16. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November. already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. It's that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Get set.
On second down, here's Crowell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
One, Raider, one. Express.
Check safety.
They'll try to run for it with Crowell.
Watch the quit.
And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
How about our reigning AFC Player of the Week, hot-footing it into the secondary on that run?
Yeah, nice long run. That's what got him the award a week ago. Maybe he's trying for 2 in a row here this week. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Tight to the right, boy. Tight to the right.
6:37. Down. Blue 80. 29. Express.
3 down.
Down.
Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got a...
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. LeGarrette Blount, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Here's Prater now set to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be a second down.
Flex round. He's coming. Double up. Flex round.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Flex round. Ohio. Watch the twist. Here we go.
They'll drop to throw. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
tight, double
Flex
tight.
round. Flex round. Let's go. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Here we go.
This is Langford on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
He's checking. Crash.
49, check 49, check 49.
Run to the ball. Fly to the ball. Run. 3 down.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Hey,
Ohio.
Watch
Ohio. Come on, let's roll. Ohio.
They're going to look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Three yards remaining here on 2nd down.
Alert 3.
Let's go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. It's caught. Here's Langford. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Here we go. 1.
On the counter, Langford, and tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard, stop short of the 35.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Ohio.
Rush in.
Here we go. 1.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed them for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another 1st down.
Check. Fresno.
Here we go.
Now a handoff. It's Langford. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
You got tight right there.
On 2nd down, Smallwood. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Let's go.
They toss to Langford. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, and they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. They begin with a run by Crowell. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. Second down. And if you're the defense and those D tackles, you like that they're trying to run the football here against your 4-3, don't you?
Yeah, because they tend to eat things up because they are so strong and physical, and especially when they play with leverage where they get lower than the offensive lineman and control them. And what I love about the good defensive tackles, they can play over the guards, they can slide and play over the center. Nobody in the offense likes that day when they have to deal with those guys.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
As a guy carrying the ball, your eyes are going to direct your feet, and you're hoping they carry you to the open spaces. But it's awfully difficult at times because you have so many things you have to look out for. Where's the line blocking? Where's the traffic coming from? Tough to find open spots.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. This is taken at the 18. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Ohio! Flex round! Let's go!
They'll run with Langford to begin the drive. Not much room to run. Just gets it to the 35 after showcasing his tough running. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Right there, all day, baby.
Flex round! Flex round!
Turn up. Kill, turn up.
Here we go!
51.
On play action, they'll throw.
Let's make these babies
This
crawl.
complete to Langford. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Flex round.
He's checking crash.
Ohio. Flex round. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Kill.
Come on, let's go. What? 9. Ohio.
I'm coming after you.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Emmanuel Agba in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Let's go. Flex round.
He'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by David Bruton. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early.
You are so correct. And what the team and organization is hoping, we're going to see these woes now, but later when we're helping him with his Hall of Fame speech, we'll remember his rookie year and how things began.
A 1st down carry now for Crowell. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Carr to throw on 2nd down. Open receiver, that's David Njoku. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A good pickup there, a 22. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
They'll run it again with Crowell. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So just 1 yard to go here on 3rd down.
Hey, we got tight left. 4 down.
Here's a give to Crowell. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make him punt it. So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. This from 44 yards away. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So he splits the uprights there, and I would imagine it's nice as a kicker. Right when it leaves your foot, you know it's good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a golfer that picks up his tee after a nice drive without even watching it land.
Solid analogy. I like it. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Let's go.
They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Flex round. Ohio.
26,
Here we go.
10th carry now for Jeremy Langford. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. A gain of 3, second down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Man open left side, it's Williams. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
The Ravens on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw here. They go screenplay to Langford. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
First down, a run with Smallwood. And some room to roam now.
Check three.
And they will finally catch him, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 45 yards on the ground.
Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll run with Smallwood. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
I know he might be a little winded after that previous long run, but now you're in goal-to-goal situation. That changes what you do defensively, and it worked for them on that play.
Maybe trying to reward him after that long run. We'll see if they go back to him again on the ground.
Let's go.
On second down, Langford. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this third quarter. This offense so far on third down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and goal.
Here we go. What? 90.
Running on third with Langford. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good job there defensively to stop him for a gain of just 4, and that'll bring up 4th and goal. Here's Justin Tucker now for the Raven field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So the drive takes him inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Get set. You wide, boom. Yeah.
Again, it's Crowell. Room to run past midfield. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Double tight. 694. Get set. Express. Three down.
Now it's Crowell running right. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
637.
Now a carry for Blunt. He'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
The Browns on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey. You got 3. 3 down.
To throw his car. Steps away. He can run for it, and he will. Oh, he's got a little daylight. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big 1st down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll try and run for it with Crowell. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2nd and goal as the offense looks to try to punch it in. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. Carr now on 3rd and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
Shift! Ohio! Watch the shift! Hey!
Let's go! What? Let's round! Ohio!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Here we go! Flex round!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to rifle one deep left side. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. And a great spot to start this drive from here. Here's Blunt. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there, and I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Deuce right, Chief. Down. Deuce right. Check me out. We got 3 down, but we got to stand up.
On third down, Crowell. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a good kick there, and they wrap up the drive by putting 3 on the board.
And you know, let's face it, you're not always going to come away with 6. Defense in the NFL are just too good. But you've got to come away with something. And there, they get 3.
And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
Watch tight.
Ohio! Come on, let's go!
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long.
Flex round! Here we go!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And incomplete there. And brings up 3rd down.
Lay down.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15.
Flex round!
They'll set up a throw. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year.
Here we go! Ohio! Flex round!
Check 43.
Flex round!
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's got the hook up for the first time with a veteran, Jeremy Maclin. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. And they'll start this drive with very good field position.
Three down. Monday, down.
Now a handoff to Crowell. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down.
Three down.
Crowell. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Down. White 85. Three down. White Monday. Low.
Now a guy who's been a Raider his entire career. This is Marcel Reese. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. So they had great field position, but a 3-play drive that actually goes backwards, and then they kick the field goal.
And I think the key sequence in there, the key phrase you just gave us, a 3-play drive. Had the momentum, great field position, unable to move the football.
And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Ohio! Come on, let's go! Ohio!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Quick slant. That's caught by the veteran Maclin.